So we're here at the New York Auto Show with Nick Cappa from Ram Trucks. What do you got for us this year?
This is a 2019 Ram 3500 Limited. Now this is the chart topper. This is the linebacker in a tuxedo. But it's a special truck, not just because it's a Limited, it's fully loaded. It's because it's a Kentucky Derby edition. So you figure the person who's gonna buy a truck like this probably got a really big expensive trailer, maybe you got some cattle, some really expensive horses. This is the lowest common denominator. So we actually built a special edition Kentucky Derby edition vehicle truck because we've been working with Kentucky Derby Churchill Downs for 10 years. So the truck comes with a super nice package inside. Check it out. You have this hybrid interior of Longhorn and Limited, so you get these really dark browns and dark colors that mix with it. And of course, since it's a Limited, you get that monster 12-inch screen in the center. So that 12-inch screen serves as a lot of new technology too. So the person driving this truck is going to spend quite a bit of money. You need to remind them every single time they get in why they did this. So the leather wrapped handle grabs, all the touch points, your elbows, your hands, everything's touching something soft and very high-end quality materials. This center console actually has about 12 different configurations, including a wireless charging pad for your phone. And whatever you need it to do, it can be set up for. At the center of it all, you have this 12-inch screen. Now, you can do a lot of different things with it. It actually has split screen capability, so you can run one thing on the bottom and something else on the top at any point in time. Now, personally, I like the navigation system. A full screen nav is actually a really nice thing to be able to have. And you're navigating with real-time traffic and real-time weather. And somebody who's running heavy all day long really is going to need that type of thing. But the entire space in here is just really, I mean, even the dash and the two-tone stitching, it just goes to show how much quality our designers put into the interior of the Ram Heavy Duty. This particular heavy duty is a 3500 Mega Cab dually 4x4 with a Cummins engine. Let's talk about the four pillars that really make themselves important for the heavy duty buyer. Power. You get 1,000 pound-feet of torque with this 0.7 liter Cummins engine. At 6.7 liters of displacement, 1,000 pound-feet of torque. We finally broke through that 1,000 pound-foot barrier with the Ram trucks. So on the heavy-duty side, you really have to have something that pulls in a lot of weight, because these people who own these trucks are generally doing a lot of hauling or pulling with them. So the truck can actually pull 35,100 pounds of weight. Now, 35,100 pounds, that's like saying 500 million light years. Let's equate it to something. That's about 6 shipping containers. It's like 5.5 African elephants or 150 NFL players in your gear. It's a lot of weight. In fact, this truck is actually set up to be able to haul itself all day long without even wincing. That'd be like me waking up in the morning and put another Nick on my back and having to walk around all day without even thinking it's a problem. So power and capability are really important to the heavy-duty customer, and now we're breaking all the barriers with 1,000 pound-feet of torque and 35,100 pounds of towing capability. But it doesn't stop there. You also got to get into the luxury end of things, because the person who buys this truck likely wants to have a lot of the nice features that you expect from a luxury sedan and a luxury car. So heated seats, heated wheel, of course. You know, getting inside of it, you're going to see the 12-inch screen that we have from the Ram 12, the Ram 1500. You also see a lot of the leather components, everything, even the back seats, door panels, everything's full grain leather, high quality materials on the luxury side. Now let's hit the technology piece. You've probably seen in passenger cars, but what's different is that we have to adapt them for pickup trucks too. So they actually get enhanced. For example, tire pressure monitoring. You now monitor the tire pressure in all the tires, but you can also monitor the tire pressure in your trailer. So we take that technology and enhance it for what pickup truck owners are using. Another thing we do is adaptive cruise control. So it'll track the vehicle in front of it. If it slows down, it'll slow down. If the vehicle in front of you stops, the truck will stop for you. In fact, if there's an automatic emergency braking event where you don't recognize that something's coming up in front of you quickly, the truck will automatically brake. And here's where it enhances the automatic emergency braking. It actually applies the trailer brakes as well during that automatic emergency braking event to help you stop faster. And what better place to be able to use that type of technology as in a Ram heavy-duty truck. So there you have it. There's the 2019 brand new Ram heavy-duty pickup trucks. Takeaways for sure: 1,000 pound-feet of torque, 35,100 pounds of towing, and luxury unexpected in a full-size truck. So it's not just a beautiful truck. We actually gave a couple really cool features for that guy who's gonna, or that person's gonna tow a lot. So you get the fifth wheel prep group. So you can actually hook up a fifth wheel or a gooseneck. You also have a camera back here, so you can watch on the screen. I don't know if many of you have ever had to hook up a trailer, but it's kind of a hard thing to do if you're by yourself now. But you get this technology, you can zoom in, make the trailer hook up a lot easier, a lot more simple.
So does speaking of that, does the camera in the back? What about the camera in the very back? Does that work?
Cameras.
Does that work with the trailer as well?
So if you're bumper towing, you can hook up with this camera. But if you're connecting to the bed through gooseneck or fifth wheel, you hook up with the camera that's in the Chimsel light. So yeah, that's the Kentucky Derby Heavy Duty Edition. That's brand new for the New York Auto Show. We want to show. Let's talk about the Power Wagon real quick.
Now, Power Wagon. That is a brand that has been around since the 50s or 60s?
40s.
40s.
If you think about way back, the folks came back from the war thinking, I want a truck just like what I had when I was at the war. And so that led to a civilian version of what the Power Wagon is today. Now, this is something engineers love working on. They have to do everything with heavy-duty trucks as well. Run hills, do Davis Dam run, as heavy grade, 110 degrees with air conditioning on, a full load. But this, they get to go play off-road. So they have a little special place in the heart for the Power Wagon. So this is the most off-road capable pickup truck you can buy. 33-inch tires, factory lift. It has Bilstein shocks at all four corners, sway bar disconnecting system, and what really sets it above is this 12,000-pound winch. There's actually enough power in that winch to pull itself off the ground and still have some left over. We use this whole idea of it being the most off-road capable pickup truck, and some people have said, well, there's other trucks that actually are very capable too. And my response is, no problem, I'll make half the course, and at the very end I'm going to put like a huge mud pit or a brick wall, and I'm just going to rinse the thing up and over, and guess what? I win with the Power Wagon.
So why don't you talk to me about that disconnecting, what was that, a disconnecting?
Sway bar.
Okay, so I hear about that on Jeep. So is that something that the FCA brands are specifically doing, and how is that done? Is it manual? Is it electronic? Does some guy have to get under there with a bunch of tools and lose his 10 millimeter? Come on now.
It's actually an electronic servo, and actually it slides it in and out to be able to engage it. What happens is on the Power Wagon, as in some of the Jeep vehicles, the suspension system is straight axles, front and rear. They're live axles. So you want them to move independent of the frame, so they can drop into holes, so you have more articulation, keep the tires to the ground, gives you more traction. To be able to keep the tires to the ground, however, there is a counter action. That is that when you're going through turns at speed on the highway, you don't want the body roll. So you have that sway bar connected. But if you're off-road and you want the suspension to flex to be able to keep those tires to the ground, that sway bar disconnecting allows that front axle to move independently of the frame a little more. Add that to the unique suspension system we have on the Power Wagon, the Articulate, and bam, we've got some really good off-road performance in the Power Wagon. So we got one more truck to talk about. This is the Ram 1500 Classic Warlock. So it's the previous generation Ram 1500. That's why we call it the Ram 1500 Classic. But you might recognize some features on it. So it has a 1-inch lift. It actually has the bumper and grille from the previous generation Ram Rebel. And then come around the side of it, you get these big 20-inch wheels. Like I said, it has a 1-inch lift from the factory. It's a really cool looking rig. And even on the back here, throw a little heritage at it, kind of like this embedded color Warlock badge. It's a sticker on the side of it. So there's just, the Warlock is a truck that Ram had back in the 70s. It's a really cool, it's a very custom looking truck. We're keeping that alive with the Ram 1500 Classic.
So I saw it had some hood vents on the front.
Yeah, it's a sport hood.
Sport hood, okay.
Cool. On the truck as well. But it's just that, it's the idea of being able to keep that Ram 1500 Classic something that people really like to do, the entry-level trucks.
Is this sold as 4-door, or does it come down to without that 2.5 door or 1.5 door long bed? What are the options on it?
Crew cab, quad cab, and red cab.
Okay.
In the Ram 1500 Classic.
And is there other classics that are out there other than just Warlock?
In the Ram brand, no. This is the only Classic that exists. If you look inside of it, the interior on it itself, it's actually a really nice truck, even considering for the entry level. So a lot of buyers are still in that realm, and this gives them another option. And what is, without a doubt, the most competitive and largest and highest volume of sales in the United States, which is half-ton trucks.
Now, is this paint? See a lot of sparkle in this paint. Is it a special paint for the Warlock?
Now you're gonna make me look up to see exactly what color, but I think it's diamond black crystal, which is an appropriate name for how much it sparkles.
That's right. It does sparkle a lot. Great. Well, Nick, thank you for coming and talking to us about the Ram brand here at the New York Auto Show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's welcome. I hope anybody gets a chance to come on down here and check out all the different trucks in the Ram booth. You ready to run really heavy? The 2019 Ram Heavy Duty is coming your way really soon.